And hello again after the short break. My name is Ralf Wiesenberg. I'm the Vice President for Business Development at Azelio. And now I would like to show you how we approach our markets for energy storage. First, let me give you some insight of the economic drivers which our customers have in the markets. And then let me show you how we entered the market and how we want to grow in the markets. Today, when we talk to customers and to partners, we see all over the world in all our focus markets the same economic drivers. There are a lot of customers who complain about their high energy prices of heat, of power, and the unreliable supply of power in the markets. So to give you more insight on this, I would like to show you 3 examples from our ongoing projects. And let me start with our project we have in the US, the Handy Stop project in California. Handy Stop is a convenience store and a gas pump station in the rural area of California in the Central Valley, close to Fresno. And they're suffering a lot of the blackouts we have right now in California. So they have uninterrupted operation of their activities. And of course, the electricity price is very high. So by introducing our solution together with solar panels, we can supply affordable energy and uninterruptible energy to the operation of this gas pump station and the convenience store in rural areas. And of course, there's a specific situation in the US when we talk about tax reduction. Tax reductions are very important for our customers and investors. And there are a lot of programs right now for energy storage and renewable. For example, we have right now the Inflation Reduction Act, the IRA, just approved, which give a lot of tax reduction possibilities to our customers. So of course, when we offer our solution to our customers, we will take this into consideration. And then the second example I'd like to present you is our water and power supply project in Egypt. In Egypt, we teamed up with the agriculture developer Sept and the French desalination technology company to provide power and heat for oasis development, agricultural development at the Mogra oasis. So what's the situation right now? A lot of new agricultural development is going on in Egypt. Almost all of them are in the desert. And they need desalinated water. And to get this desalinated water, normally they pump the water out of the ground and then they desalinate it with diesel gensets. So you can imagine, diesel will be is very expensive, polluting in the desert. So right now we offer an opportunity right now to get energy costs down and provide a stable supply of energy for the desalination plants and for pumping water. So that means that right now when you have a new project, agriculture project, you can provide power and water stably over long term, over 15 years or more. And of course what we right now can do is by combining solar panels with our storage solutions that we can supply stable 24/7 power to the desalination plants so they can run around the clock. And finally, I would give you another example from Australia. We have the Weeby Limited, which is a poultry farm close to Johannesburg, South Africa. The situation before is, and we heard it before, that there are a lot of blackouts in South Africa, and the quality of the power is very poor. And then a lot of farmers, what they did is, they started to have their own supply with diesel gensets. But again, diesel is very expensive in South Africa right now, so they have a dilemma. They cannot rely anymore on the grid, and diesel is also expensive. So that's also the drivers who give us an advantage, because together with solar panels and our solution, we can provide to these farms affordable energy around the clock. And of course, we have one more thing, Tina mentioned it before, and Torbjörn as well, that we have the heat part. A lot of these poultry farms, they need heat. They need heat at night, and we can provide this with our storage solution. So summarizing, I think we can see that there are strong economic drivers all over the world the customers have, and let's say we have the right solution for these economic drivers. So right now I would like to give you some more insight of the WEB project, and we have a small video for you where Corey Hansen, our site manager, and Reinhard Labuschang, the country director in South Africa, give you more update.
Hi, my name's Corey Hansen. I'm a site manager with Azelio, and I'm currently standing on the Weeby farm in Colony Province, South Africa, where we are currently installing 8 test pod units together with PV solar, and the energy provided will go to the farm, who has a combination of a corn mill and chicken houses. So currently we've installed 5 test pod units and more are on the way. And progress, I would say, is going very, very well. And the clients are extremely happy and excited for what we're trying to bring to South Africa.
Good day. My name is Ralf Wiesenberg. I'm the country director for Azelio South Africa. My involvement with the WEB project up until now was both commercially but also assisting our delivery team on site. It's very exciting and very interesting with this groundbreaking technology, and we are very excited with our client to get this project up and running. And in South Africa at this stage, we are looking at a couple of issues on the energy generation side. We've got aging transmission lines, we've got aging generating capacity, and also the steep increases globally in diesel fuel cost. And with a ratio of 30% outages on an annual basis that we call load shedding, it is very difficult for our customers to operate their plants and equipment as they should with all these power failures. We see a big opportunity for ourselves to move in, provide alternative energy, and ensure that our customers can stay on production and continue their operations as required. We are very excited with our client on the WEB project to make sure we can get this started up in the next couple of weeks, and thank you for your time.
The project so far is going very well, and we have a great collaboration with our client. Almost every single day we have visitors come in and ask many questions about what we are doing here, which of course is very good for our future here in South Africa.
Great. I hope you enjoyed the brief video. Now I would like to share with you some insight on how we entered the market and what, after entering the market, how we create the basis for our growth in the future in these markets. So during the analysis of potential markets, one thing was very clear for us. We cannot be in all potential markets. Let's say we have really used our resources, capital and people, in the most effective and efficient way we can do. And that means that we have to focus. So we had some essential criteria, like, for example, the growth potential of long-duration storage in this market, or the labor force, educated and trained labor force in the markets. And of course, easiness to enter and to business into the market, in the markets. So these are the main, among others, but the main criteria we applied, and it came out that right now we are focusing on 4 markets. We have the US, we have Australia, we have the MENA region. MENA region means Northern Africa and Middle East, and we have Southern Africa. These 4 markets right now are our key markets and our tier 1 markets where we start to enter into the markets. And of course, gradually we will enter all other markets as well where we have a potential. And then of course, another step we have done then, once we identified these markets, we, let's say, set our local footprint in this market. That means that we hired local sales directors in each market. But one thing is very clear for us, and that is the center point of our sales strategy, that sales is local. Sales is driven locally, and that's why it's very important that, and we have done this over this year, that we have in all 4 markets our sales directors in place. Once we have done this, I think then it's very important to have reference plans. And it's very important to have reference plans in the market, in each market. It's really a sales enabler to have a plant in the market. We heard this before also from in the video from South Africa. And it's very important then, let's say, that we can show the performance of this reference plant, that we have operational data, that we are bankable, and that this will then enable wider sales and wider growth for us in the markets and other markets. Gathering this operational data from these reference plants has started. So we are right now gathering data from our master city plant in Abu Dhabi, from the new Energy One plant in Dubai, and also a special case from the Hanneberg farm here in Sweden, where we have a CSP solution. So we heard before, also from Tine and from Torbjörn, the combined heat and power, that is one thing unique we have in our solution, and we are gathering also data from the Hanneberg farm there. Gathering data from the ESOP plant we have here in Sweden and from the Weeby farm in South Africa will start next month. So we have the reference plants, and we have to do one more thing in the initial phase. We see, and also Julia mentioned, power purchase agreements. So what we have done in the beginning, and we are doing right now, is that we are not directly selling our technology to the company, to our customers, sorry. We are offering energy as a service. So that means we are bundling our solution together with solar under a turnkey contract, and then offering this energy to our customers under a PPA, power purchase agreement, or a lease agreement. That by doing this, then let's say we make it easier for our customers to sign a contract with us, because they don't have this threshold of high and upfront investment for an energy project. So that was really an enabler to get into the market, and this year is an enabler to get also further contracts in our sales markets, offering our service, energy as a service. So what will be the result of this? At the end of 2022, we will then ship our units to a handful of projects in these target markets, and then gathering data there to get bankability. And the next step will then, of course, step by step changing this model. I will explain this more in detail in some slides. So just to summarize what we have done, I think it's very important. What we have done so far is we have reference plans. We are gathering data with these reference plans. We have a local footprint because we have put in our regional directors in each market. And we adapted in the initial phase our business model to energy as a service, which enables, let's say, that we have companies signing up with us for this service. The overall objectives for the next year, and then we will step by step, we will change our business model, is that we have around 10 projects, mid-site projects, around 500 kilowatt to 5 megawatt, which we are going to ship and install in these target markets. We have a strategy for each market, but what we will do is we will start this project, and we expect more sales in the Middle East and in South Africa. And why is that? I think why is that? Because we have already reference plants in place or under construction. So that means this will enable, let's say, that the sales will grow faster in this market. Then we have Australia. We will start also with a pilot plant in Australia, and in the US, where we already signed a contract for a pilot plant, but where we have also the condition that there are a lot of technical adaptation we have to take into consideration. So, for example, we have the UL certification, which is different to the CE mark we have in Europe. So we're working on this right now, this year and next year. And we have also adapted to other frequency and voltage level in the US. The frequency is 60 degrees instead of 50, and the voltage level for our system is 480 instead of 400 volts. So also all these things are ongoing, and that means that once we have this in place, then we also can grow in the US. And of course, we have the data from our first reference plants in the US. This is in parallel. But the big question is right now, okay, how can we increase sales in 2023 and beyond? Currently, what we see right now, we have the best traction in all 4 markets in the agriculture area. And take, for example, South Africa. In South Africa, we have 32,000 farmers who urgently need affordable, reliable, and stable power supply, and they don't have it. 10% of them, they have already PV in place, but that's not enough. They need a stable 24/7 supply for their operations. So we see a very, very good situation right now for us to enter the South African markets. And this situation we also see in slightly different ways, but in California or also in Australia or in the Middle East. And one thing we mentioned before, it's securing the finance of these projects for our clients, or how the clients can finance these projects. What we do right now in the beginning is that we are together with financial partners, we are setting up project companies, so-called special purpose vehicles, SPVs. So that is a vehicle specifically built and created for a project which then finance our installation and the solar plant. The idea is that Azelio has just a minor stake in these companies, and the larger stake, majority, is be done by financial partners. And what we do right now, currently we discuss these setups of SPVs and negotiate the setup of SPVs, for example, in South Africa and the Middle East with financial institutions and larger industrial corporations. For example, in the agriculture, we are discussing right now this setup with suppliers of machinery, of seeds, of fertilizer, or off-takers of the products of these farms. Because these larger corporations, they have a natural interest that these farms can work properly. So right now we are talking to them how they can set up together with us as minority partner SPVs to finance projects with farmers. And what we see right now is that they are thinking further. They're thinking to bundle SPVs under the umbrella of a so-called project finance companies. So these are larger companies who have done different projects. That's what our partners do. And that is also an enabler then for the growth after 2023. So when we see 2024, 2025, we already are bankable. We have a lot of operational data, so we are bankable. And we will not, let's say, mainly we will not use energy as a service anymore. We will directly sell our technology to our end users, to turnkey construction companies, to project developers, and to these project finance companies, which has been set up by our partners. So I hope I could give you a small introduction and some insight how we sell and how we want to grow in the market. And thanks, Jan. Back to you.